7 harmless American words Brits might find rude. I'm a Brit, so it's going to be really interesting to see if I find any of these words rude. Before we do jump into this, I appreciate if you guys do hit that subscribe button down below. Yeah, let's jump into this and check out these words.
Hello, I'm Lawrence, and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to perfectly harmless words that sound rude to the other country.
Okay.
In part 1 of this 2-part series, I looked at 7 British words that, when spoken aloud, might sound utterly filthy to my American viewers. Well, in this video, we're going to flip that idea on its head and take a look at 7 American words that absolutely shocked the bejesus out of me when I first moved to the United States.
Okay.
And so, if innuendo is something that you can't live without, and you
Yo, this is something good that I need to watch, because when I go to America, there's going to be certain words that's going to be said, and yo, I need to know if they're rude or not.
A chance to subscribe to this channel, do that
His
now.
name will be in the description. Check him out.
In the meantime, here are 7 completely harmless American words and phrases that might sound positively dirty to the British.
Okay. Hump day.
Number 1, hump.
Yo. Okay. Hump means like, you know what I'm saying? Like a man and a woman, or even any gender, right? Any gender. But, like, you know, you're having sex.
Day. And my British viewers might be thinking, hump day? Is that a particular day of the year in which Americans decide to have a little bit of how's your father? And the answer to that is no, it isn't one day. This is a weekly occurrence.
Yo!
And you're probably thinking, Lawrence, that's why America had such a large post-war population boom. The truth is, most of us aren't going at it like rabbits. Well, most of you anyway.
Is that why America's population is just expanding, bro?
Because hump day is not some predetermined baby-making festivity. It is, I discovered, a euphemism for a particular day of the week. And that day is Wednesday.
What?
In fact, the context under which I first heard about this phrase took place on a Wednesday, when an American colleague of mine mysteriously observed, Lawrence, we're over the hump. Well, you might be, Colton, but I'm not, and I never will be. But what he explained was that we're over the hump, meaning the middle of the week. And so now you're probably thinking, Lawrence, what is the story with that? And don't ask me that question.
Yo, you know what? This is actually a really good video, because, like, if someone said that to me, I'd be like, wait, who are we humping?
Right now. Instead, here is me 2 seconds from now with an answer. The term hump day appears to have originated in the United States during the 20th century. However, sources from the 1950s seem to suggest it was first used to describe the midpoint of a training course.
Right.
By the 80s, presumably because a training course might typically span Monday to Friday, that meaning had evolved to mean Wednesday and not National Rumpy Pumpy Day.
Wait, what? Fanny pack? Bro, okay, listen. I've heard of a fanny pack before, and that is like the purse that you have around your waist, right? But fanny in the UK is, how would I say this without being demonic? Vagina. It is vagina.
Funnily enough, not every entry on this list came to my attention after I moved to the United States. Some, like fanny pack, were an eye-opening feature of my visit to the United States as a child. In fact, when I visited Florida in 1990, the fanny pack was at the peak of its powers. As I trotted my way around Disney World, it seemed that 50% of the tourists were wearing one, including myself. But there was a reason that I found this entire experience confusing, and not just because I was being chased by Goofy. But you
know what's interesting? I think we're actually calling them more now in the UK fanny packs. I don't know what we actually called them before. I've never owned one, so like I didn't really have to say the word, but I'm pretty sure I've heard people call them fanny packs, or just put. Yeah, I don't know actually, but yeah, fanny is vagina in the UK.
Also, because back in Britain, a fanny pack is known as a bum bag, which...
Oh, that's it, bro. Okay, so maybe I've just heard of fanny pack recently, like the past years, but bum bag, that's it. That's what people call them here.
Is also positively dirty. But to us, not as dirty as fanny pack. You see, back in Britain, fanny, in addition to being a woman's name, is also a euphemism for a woman's... So it just begs the question, why does this travel bag sound so utterly crass on either side of the pond?
Wait, did he show a flower there? Because in America, you guys call a vagina flower. Is that true? Because I've never heard of that before.
Back over to Lawrence from 2 seconds from now with more or less. Although the bag was intended to be worn at the front, its occasional use at the back is what prompted its name in both Britain and America. Just as the term bum means a person's behind in the former, so does fanny in the United States.
Huh?
Thanks, Lawrence. So Americans don't use the word bum, or do they?
But...
Well, actually, yes. But the word bum in the context of arse was long ago replaced here by the word butt. Instead, Americans might use the word bum to describe a lazy or a homeless person.
Wait, no, I'm baffled. I'm actually baffled. So when I say like, yo, my bum's sore, what do you guys think I'm saying? Bro, I'm baffled. I thought Americans say bum as well. What?
Which itself presents quite a cultural shock, because the last thing that you want to do when discussing the very serious topic of homelessness in the United States is to giggle like a 5-year-old. I explained everything to them and they still won't let me volunteer. And once again, it just raises the question, what are the origins of this derogatory term? Well,
I've heard people say, like, you're a bum. I've heard that loads. But, like, I still thought everyone just called an ass a bum. Do you just say ass then? You don't really say bum? See, I say ass and bum, but like, yeah.
Today I took a deep dive into bomb. While it is possible that the American use of bomb was partly influenced by its British equivalent, it is in fact a shortening of bomber, a 19th century noun brought over from Germany meaning an idle person. Indeed, bomber was popular Civil War slang among Union soldiers and may have spread due to the influence of the 200,000 German immigrants who served. So Americans do use the word bomb, and in fact things go a little deeper, honestly.
Bum rush.
Okay, firstly, Britannica gives this as an example of how to use bum rush. They bum rushed him from behind. Now, you're new to the country, you hear that as a news headline. What are your first thoughts?
Okay, right. Was that the British saying they bum rushed him from behind? Okay, that means like they basically rushed him and beat him up.
Because to me, even if I were to tell you the least rude thing that comes to mind, it would probably be something like, he was given a wedgie. But that isn't where my mind actually goes. My mind actually, you know where my mind actually goes. But amazingly, against all odds, this is not an innuendo. Bum rush means to attack somebody or something in a forceful or violent way.
Right.
So now, I'm deeply curious as to how we arrived at this state of affairs.
From behind,
Back to
right?
research, Lawrence, again. Like myself, the phrase bum rush appears to be a product of the 1980s. However, it is derived from an earlier 20th century expression, bums rush, which, in a not-so-nice callback to our previous word, meant the forcible ejection of a bum or vagrant from an establishment.
Yo, this is, bro, it's too much bums. It's too much, like, meanings for bums. My brain is, like, I don't know about you guys. My brain is overloading right now. Like, I'm never going to say bum ever again. You know what? The word bum, I'm just going to say ass, bro. Just ass. I'm never using that word ever again. I'm now confused what it means. I've just heard so many meanings for it now. Fud rockers. This is rude in the UK. I've never heard of this word. What? Fud rocks.
I thought we'd take a moment to acknowledge the name of a restaurant which, while not containing any rude words, still somehow sounds like it is one. And that restaurant is Fuddruckers. When I first encountered that restaurant, my initial thought was, that sounds like a good word to use when I'm frustrated. As in, oh, Fuddruckers, I got demonetized for making a video about rude words. And when I posted about it on Twitter the other day, it turns out that some of my American followers might have similar thoughts. Indeed, I used the word the other day. It turns out that some of my
I wouldn't know, you naughty boy. I've never rocked a foot. I'm so confused right now.
My American followers might have similar thoughts. Indeed, I used the World Wide Web to get answers as to how Fuddruckers became a thing. As ever, the internet is rife with various explanations for the name, including one that's hard to substantiate, that the company's founder wanted to name the restaurant Mother but was voted down on the grounds that it was not only obscene, but could invite legal action from existing food company Mother Tuckers. But the real reason appears to have nothing to do with food or shagging. It is thought to be a play on Fudpucker World Airlines, a completely made-up aviation company. This airline was known among aviation enthusiasts as a spoof of 20th century flight firsts. Like a lot of satire on the internet today, the spoof could quite easily be taken as real, were it not for its telltale captions. These included "Around the world since it was square" and "the world's only steam-powered airline." And Fuddruckers is not the only company that made me pause for thought, with special mentions for Jiffy Lube and the Midwestern convenience store Come and Go.
Dope. Whoa. Whoa. This is going to be interesting. Because in my head, double fisted is... How do I say... Now, I really don't know how to say this without being demonetized. Sexual. The woman. The fist. Inside of, would you say the flower? Would you say the flower? The fanny. Whatever, right? You know what I'm saying. That's what double fisted is.
This is one of those phrases that you can't believe is not rude in any way whatsoever.
Yeah.
And if I have to point out why that is, you've lived a very sheltered life and I congratulate you. And the most shocking thing for me was I first heard this phrase during a work lunch when Roy from accounts said, "Look at Colton double fisting again." So what? He's double fisting, double down Roy from accounts. It means to carry a drink in both hands.
What?
Oh, right. And you're telling me that nobody else is thinking what I'm thinking? No? Well, our university days were much different then. Anyway, I never did go on another lunch break with that lot. In fact, you might...
Yo, that is so trippy. Yo, you know what? This is just such a good video that I've seen before going to America. Because if someone said to me, yo, that person's double fisted over there, I'm going to be like, what the? Huh?
Say inexplicably that I did this.
I blew the... There's no way. There's no way. Okay, I'm probably going to get demonetized at this point, right? That just means give them head. That means giving them head. How would that not mean giving head?
I've lived in the United States for 15 years, and even to this day, when I hear the phrase he or she blew me off, my face twitches. Because in Britain, a lot of our innuendo ends with the word off, such as having it off or popping off. Yeah. So logically, to us, to blow somebody off means to... I'm not finishing that sentence. Suffice to say, my British viewers might still be confused. So to allay that confusion, in the United States, to blow...
Oh, wait, blow someone off in America? Listen here, I'm partly American. I'm turning into one, right? It means to, like, fob them off, like you blew them off. It sounds so weird, right? It means, like, let's say somebody was saying, I want to go to the restaurant tonight, and I was like, oh, I can't go anymore. I blew them off. Right?
Somebody off means a failure to meet that person despite prior arrangements to do so. In other words, you were stood up, which is not itself a euphemism.
My position.
Well, if I've learned anything from these videos, it is that my Aunt Cynthia is very sensitive. But also that we must be careful in the words that we use. While it's true that many words between...
Yo, I actually can't believe some of the words that were different meanings, man. That's so funny, bro.
Britain and America do get lost in the pond.
Yeah,
not all of them lead to the embarrassment wielded out by the words on this list. How do I know that? Because I just about lived to tell the tale myself. And for the past 7 years, I've done everything I can to ignore the LinkedIn request from Roy from accounts. Anyway, now that you've watched this video, it is absolutely vital that you watch...
That was good, though. Make sure you go check out Lost in the Pond. His link is in the description. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you thumbs up, subscribe for more content. I'm live every single day on twitch.tv/L3WG. I'm also posting more content to my Patreon page if you guys want to help support over there. Link is in the description. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.